Today on the Coach's Corner, we have UTEP's coach, Coach Turner, the four-time national champion. Turned UTEP around this year, 9-4, with a win in the New Mexico Bowl. Got a list of questions for you. The first one, Malachi, he enters his junior season. What have you seen so far this offseason that makes you think he's ready to taking the next step?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on, Nate. I love what you do with Fox Sports. As for Malachi, he's a guy that's really bought in to the program. He wasn't exactly sure. He came from USC, Boise State, God knows where else, but he's through and through a UTEP minor. I think this upcoming year will be first team All Big 12.
Yeah, I would like to agree. And, off that question, what does it say about UTEP and the university as a whole that they were able to keep Malachi Nelson and his number one option, Kenny Odom?
Well, I would say if you asked me about 9 weeks ago when we got curb stomped by Southern Miss at home, I didn't think that'd be a thing. But then we took care of the Hicks brothers, and then after that, we got hot. We were able to rectify a wrong against Georgia Southern in the New Mexico Bowl, and that really turned the tide for our program. Ultimately, a lot of guys dipped out of the transfer portal. They saw that we could win 9 games, and that's kind of our base level there. And with this group, returning Kenny Odom and Malachi after their first year of playing together, I really think that it's all up from here.
Yeah, and that brings me to the next question. What are the goals looking like for the 2026 football season?
Well, I thought the second half of the season, we actually hired a situational analyst. There was a couple of times early in the year where we let a couple games get away from us. And if you watched us the last 5 weeks of the season, we were in full control of all those games. It's one of those things. We're always a run-first football team, and we like to play defense. We switched a couple of things up, moved to the 3-4. Then after that, we were one of the best defenses in the league. So I would say looking ahead to next year, I would say 9 wins is the baseline. We're a team that likes to compete for championships, and transfer portal bounces our way. I think we're going to be right there.
Yeah. Okay. And as a coach in the Big 12 for a year now, what do you think about the possibility of adding Memphis, BYU, UTSA, and maybe even Nebraska?
Oh, loaded question, Nate. Obviously, there's a couple of schools that you listed off there that have the same payroll as some of the teams that are already in the conference.
Agreed.
If a couple $1 million got thrown at me, it'd be hard to say no as well. But I'm a UTEP minor through and through, and I've made that clear throughout my whole career coaching, playing with you guys. The only reason I had to leave Louisiana to go to Oregon State because the game fucking bugged. I mean, otherwise I was going to stay down there forever.
Okay.
We actually got Billy Davis in this week on a visit. We're looking to get the old bruiser back from Katy, Texas.
There you go.
But ultimately, playing those teams, nothing changes for us. What you saw the second half of the season is going to be a lot of the same. Smash mouth football. It's going to play defense, play a little fuck you ball for 60 minutes.
Good. And then going into this upcoming season, if you had to pick a team that wasn't your own team, who do you think is most likely to win the Big 12?
Depending on how stocked the cupboards are, I think Memphis, they did a real nice job at Georgia Southern. There's a couple things they had, and to no fault of their own, they took over a program that wasn't very good. I would say he's made the biggest jump from college football 25 to 26. And then you always look at teams, Nebraska, obviously they got the most talent in the league, hands down, every time we go out there. But, I would say this league has heart for the most part. And, there's a lot of teams out there. You're looking at a BYU team, certainly an upgrade over North Texas. But if I had to pick a sleeper, I'd say Memphis.
Okay. I like that. Yeah. I think one thing last year that kind of held them back a little bit, they kind of were splitting reps between EJ Warner and JC French, those quarterbacks. And then finally, let's end with a fun one here. I know you've lived in Iowa throughout your life. So what do you think's your favorite Metro restaurant in the state?
Fast food, I'd have to say Bebop's, but a sit down restaurant, I would go with 801 Grand.
801 Grand. Okay.
Yeah.
That'll wrap up our coach's corner. Thank you, Coach Turner, for coming.
Anytime, Nate, you know that. You just call me, I'll do the interview. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it, Coach.
Yep. We'll see you.
Bye.